Voltan's out chasing. Rattle and Bang curling up. Voltan gobbles it up. And in a head bobber got up. Voltan won from Rattle and Bang. Joined and headed off by Direct with 50 metres to go. Direct in front from Ojo San taunting. Direct wins. Second taunting, third. To go, Sweet Ride, still 2 lengths in front. Sir Jardin's chasing hard. Sweet Ride getting tired. Sir Jardin's coming hard and got over the top and won. Sir Jardin beat Sweet Ride. My Over on 100 metres to go is coming clear for Johnny Allen, who's going to win the race 2 years in succession. It's My Over on winning by about a length and a half. Second goes to go. Berkeley Square wearing it down. Virtuous Circle's coming hard. Berkeley Square takes the lead. Berkeley Square for Willow won it. Berkeley Square from a photo Virtuous. The Alligator Blood, I'm thunderstruck, but it's Animo clear. I'm thunderstruck late. Animo holding on. Animo this time for the big A. What is from I'm thunderstruck and Monaco.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody. What a great day of racing we're in for. Derby Day, 3 Group 1s. Going to be a great day. I'm very much looking forward to this meeting. First day of the Melbourne Cup Carnival for the week. Pretty keen on a couple here, but I'm also looking forward to this meeting because I'm going to be at Flemington Trackside for this meeting. So, looking forward to it. Hope you enjoy the preview, and I'll see you for the next one. Race number 1 on this fantastic day is the Group 3 Carbine Club Stakes over the mile, and I'm with Tijuana to start the day on Derby Day. Group 1 superior form here, coming out of the Caulfield Guineas behind Golden Mile and Elliptical. Elliptical last start went to the Group 1 in Sydney and ran oh so well last weekend to only been beaten on the post, and Golden Mile also won impressively on the day, backing up his Caulfield Guineas win. So coming out of the premium form reference, I'm pretty keen on Tijuana here. Sandpaper for second, good chance. 850 is a nice price for this horse. William Buick on for Cummings. Good barrier and barrier 5. Good on top of the surface and on the soft track, and is a last start listed winner over the 1400 metres at Caulfield. Lindemann at 26 I thought was the overs in the race. Chris Waller trains it and is bringing it south for Mickey D to ride. Handles all conditions and is coming out of the Dulcify on heavy ground. So I just thought, gonna see a better track here, and at 26 is over the odds, and the fortune teller for 4th. But Tijuana for mine in the Group 3 Carbine Club Stakes, 35 the win to start Derby Day. Race number 2 at Flemington is the Group 3 Archer Stakes, formerly the Hotham. Last chance to get into the Melbourne Cup on Tuesday over the 2500 metres, and I'm with Surefire. J-Mac for Chris Waller ran oh so well in the Geelong Cup to just miss out on getting his place in the Melbourne Cup by being run down by Emissary. He was a favourite that day, and I think he'll be favourite again here. Sorry, he is favourite here, and I think he'll win. Very good stats on top of the ground, and he proved that last start that he needs dry ground. I think he's going to get that here. 55, J-Mac on. Last-ditch attempt to get him into the Melbourne Cup. I can see him bolting in here for James McDonald and Chris Waller. Macram for second was behind Surefire in the Geelong Cup. I can't see him turning the tables on Surefire, but I can see him running a good race here. Though he does drop a kilo and a half from last start and does draw better here from having 16 last start, does have barrier 4 here, so he can settle a lot closer. Realm of Flowers, yeah, Andrew Rams, the winner from a couple of years back, and was huge last start in the Group 1 Furphy Metropolitan over the 2400 metres in Sydney, but he's already in the Melbourne Cup, is a shorter start. And Chapada, I thought the old boy could run a bit of a race here with the blinkers going on for the first time. 56.5 kilos for Jamie Mott and Mike Baroni, barrier 5, and he does love Flemington, but 20 the win, Surefire in the Group 3 Archer. Race number 3 at Flemington is the Group 3 Rising Fast Stakes over the 1200 metres in its Generations Race to Lose. James McDonald for Kieran Moore and David Eustace was ultra impressive last start, running third to Asfura. He was the favourite that day, and I thought it was a very gallant effort over the 1,000. Up to the 1,200 metres, down the straight where he's proved effective before. I think he's clearly the one to beat here. 3 from 7 over the distance, 2 from 5 on top of the ground, 2 from 6 on soft ground. So handles any conditions and loves the 1200 metres and gets a massive jockey upgrade from Mark Zara to J Mac. Best jockey in Australia at the moment. And I can definitely see him winning this. Serious suspect, your 1200 metre Flemington specialist for Craig Williams. Knows the horse well. Handles good, soft tracks, loves the 1200, particularly here at Flemington. He only seems to fire at Flemington because I thought his last up was disappointing in the Gel guy. They probably had a few things wrong. But I think he can bounce back. Argenia, interesting that the stable bring it back to 1200 from last start racing at 1400 metres. Damien Oliver on 54 kilos, drops a lot in weight, and for a mare that could be beneficial to her chances, and is a good price at $11. And the Astrologist, another straight track specialist, but just query how well he's going this preparation, having not fired in 3 runs this preparation, but keen to see how it goes down the straight. But Generation, the one to beat in the Group 3 Rising Fast Stakes. Race number 4 at Flemington is a Group 2 Wakeful Stakes over the 2,000 metres, a key lead up to the Oaks next Thursday. And I'm with Pavitra here. I thought it was a very good run last start at Caulfield, running third to Renaissance Woman. Josh Parr jumps on into the saddle, drops a killer from last start. They're taking the blinkers off the horse. And at $8.50, I think it's a good price. And the reason why I've gone with her is because she'll handle all conditions. She loves the 2,000 metres. Well, we'll run the 2,000. That's a big query about my other 3 selections here, but I'm pretty confident that Pavitra can take this out. So Dazzling for second. Looks a genuine Oaks chance for Ollie, and he looks to have another nice Oaks chance here. Won the Oaks trial at Flemington, then ran third in the benchmark 64 at Newcastle over the 1,800 metres, so the distance will be no issue for Damien Oliver. And John Sargent knows a good one, and he knows when to bring them south. Jenny Jerome, I thought it was under the odds at being currently marked favourite. Query, will she get the distance? Though she's coming out of good races in the Jim Maloney and the Group 1000 Guineas, so the stables obviously has had an opinion of her. Drawn wide for Damien Lane and does have 55 kilos, so good chance, but just want to see her do it first. And Queen Air, I thought was over the odds at $10 for Blake McDougall and Lindsay Smith, but everything being equal, I'm with Pavitra in the Group 2 Wakeful Stakes, 15 the win. Race number 5 at Flemington is the Group 2 Linlithgow Stakes over the 1,400 metres, and I'm with Old Flame. Given a terrible ride last start, I think can atone for it here. Just got washed out the back, had no chance from where it was, and did run on well late. James McDonald sits here at 55 kilos for the Snowdens. I think it's going to be a sit and stare ride for J-Mac. I think it's clearly the one to beat and the one they do have to beat. Jimmy the Bear for second question. Does he go to the Golden Eagle? Does he come here at the barriers in the Golden Eagle? I think he'll come, or I think he'll stay in Melbourne. And if he does that, he's over the odds at $10 respectively. Brigantine Scratch, so ignore that. And Crosshaven, the old boy, I thought was over the odds at $19. But Old Flame for mine in the Group 2 Linlithgow, 35 to win, the one to beat. Race number 6 at Flemington, and it's the first of the Group 1s, the Coolmore Stud Stakes over the 1,200 metres down the straight for the speedsters, and I think the best horse in the race will win it, and that's In Secret for J Mac. Been absolutely outstanding in all career starts to date, winning 3 from 5 and getting second on the other 2 occasions. Last start second in the Group 1 Golden Rose behind Jacquinot, and does have the advantage of being forward to Jacquinot on the run here, so I think it will have that basis covered. And won the Group 2 Run of the Rose prior to that and was very impressive in doing so. J-Mac on Cummings, trial down the straight to get her ready for this. Fresh legs here, clearly the one to beat. Coolangatta for second. I was pretty keen on her in the Manikato before they scratched and did not re-accept on the Saturday. Third up here can run a really big race. 2 from 2 on top of the ground, 2 from 3 on soft ground. So keen to see how she goes in at $7.50 for Craig Williams. She's a good chance. Jacquinot, just a query about how far he's going to get back, but will be charging home at the line. And Grand Impact goes forward as well. Is over the odds at $10 and can run a race here. But I'm having 45 to win on In Secret in the Coolmore. Best horse will win it. Race number 7 at Flemington is the Group 1 Victoria Derby. What a historic race this is over the 2,500 metres for the Colts and Geldings at 3-year-old level. And I'm with Berkeley Square here for Dan O'Sullivan and Craig Williams. I think he can win his first Group 1, Dan O'Sullivan. He's got got a great horse to deliver him that honour in Berkeley Square. Drawn barrier 5. Probably handed the best draw out of the fancies with Sharp and Smart drawn 3 and Mr. Maestro drawn 17. But I'm pretty keen on Berkeley Square's chances here. 2 from 2 at Flemington. Handles soft ground. Interested to see how he goes on top of the ground, but I think he'll handle it. He should be fine. Last weekend at the Valley was very tough to win the Vase. Toughed it out all the way to the line and was impressive. And I was on him last weekend, and I'm not jumping off just because he jumps up in trip, because I think he'll be able to run the distance out, and I'm pretty keen on his chances here. Sharp and Smart for second, coming out of the Group 1, and he won the Group 1 last start, the Spring Champion Stakes in Sydney last weekend, beating Elliptical. So it was a good chance over the 2,500 metres for J Mac. So great chance for the New Zealanders. And Mr. Maestro for third. Barry has killed his chances, though. Will be running well. Just a query about where they get to in the run. Are they going to go forward from the barrier? Where do they get to? And Fujita Sound, I thought, was over the odds at $17. But 50 to win, Berkeley Square in the Derby for mine. Pretty confident. Race number 8 is the Group 1 Empire Rose Stakes over the mile here for the mares, and I'm with Hinged and Le Creek. I honestly could not split either one of the two of them. They're both going to be hard to beat, but if you had to put me to a tip, I'd probably say Le Creek's probably going to bolt in, but I'll explain why I like both of them now. Hinge, I hope that Chris Waller brings us south because of the barrier in the Golden Eagle, and there's a better chance down here, so I hope that they bring us south. Handles the conditions, distance and track. Soft, good. Won't matter. She handles all conditions. Brett Preble, aggressive rider on. I've always said that this horse needs an aggressive rider and has had that in the last 2 starts at Group 1 level in Sydney, being in Karen McAvoy. And this is a proven Group 1 horse. Placings in the Group 1 George Maid and the Group 1 Tab Epsom behind 2 very good horses in Animo. We know what he did last weekend. He won the Cox Plate. And the other horse that was meant to be there in top ranked in the Epsom, Hinge was behind, so good chance Hinge. La Creek is the New Zealand import coming over for this race. J-Mac on 6 from 10, 2 from 2 on at the distance, and 3 from 5 on top of the ground, and 3 from 3 on soft ground. And his last start, Group 1 winner of the Arrowfield Stud Plate, winning it by 3.8 lengths over the mile. So trip's going to be no issue, so keen to see how she goes. She's lickety split's got the lightweight, can win. And Palea Pan, great chance for Chris Muntz. Always consistent, is a very good horse at $15 is over the odds, but I'm with Hinged and Le Creek in the Group 1 Empire Rose, looking for a bit of value, but 25 to win on both of them. And race number 9, the final event of the day at Flemington, is the Group 3 Begonia Belle Stakes, and I'm with Asfura. I took her on last start, and I had egg on my face. I'm not going to do that here. Drawn barrier 2. She's going to be on the right side of the straight. John Allen aboard for Henry Dwyer, and I think can be winning the last on Derby Day. Isotope for second. Very good chance. Keen to see her back on top of the ground. Third up, Damien Lane, 55 kilos. Considering that Tony Gollan thinks about backing this horse up into the Champions Sprint, I think that he can run. I think that he thinks it can run well, and at $16, it's worth a play each way, and 1D will be improved on top of the ground. And Written Beauty was good last start, just a question at this grade, though. But it's Fura for mine in the Group 3 Begonia Belle Stakes, 50 to win, to blast out in the get-out. Thank you for watching my preview for Group 1 Victoria Derby Day. I'm so excited for this meeting. And I'll see you for Group 1 Melbourne.